Okay, back to the basic interface. Let's talk about tooltips. Tooltips are these little balloons that pop up when you hover your mouse over an item on the interface. And some of them give you better explanations than what you would know otherwise, and some of them don't. So let's look at one that gives you a pretty good explanation. And here, if you click on the cube, and then under duplicate here in the edit, tools, edit, it says duplicate. It says duplicate selected objects and move them. Shortcut Shift D. Below that it gives you a Python code. And they all have a Python code underneath it, or syntax for accessing that tool in a Python code, right? So anyway, what it told us was Shift D, notice how this is stuck to my mouse, Shift D to duplicate and move. That's exactly what it does. Shift D duplicates and moves, right? So that's that. All right, and then other ones might be also helpful. For example, if you're over here in the rendering tab over here and display image editor, what does that mean exactly? Well, hover over there and you see it says select where rendered images will be displayed. So that's a better explanation. If you're into rendering, that would help answer that question. All right, so now let's talk about one more, and that is the fact that there aren't really any floating windows in Blender, but there is the solution if you want to duplicate a window, right? And now this duplicated window, while it won't stay in the front of Blender, like it's not really a floating window, but it will work as a window to put on another screen. So obviously you can configure that window any kind of way you want. You could have anything there. It could be just, you know, a 3D view. It could be a whole other set of things you want to edit with. It gives you a lot more real estate if you have a couple of screens. And if you have three, you could always duplicate it a third time, right, for the third screen, and so on. All right, so that's a good thing to know. And then now if we go here to File, User Preferences, this is somewhat of a floating window. But it's really only to set up preferences, and again it won't stay in the front, so it's not really a floating window per se, but it is a window that floats while you're editing it. Okay, so inside preferences there are a few things that you might find yourself wanting to know, and the first thing is themes. I covered this a little bit before, but basically, yeah, you can try different themes here, different color themes that you might like. If you're coming from Modo, maybe you want to try the Modo theme. Where did the Modo theme go? It seems to be gone right now, but I'm liking this True Blue one right there. And I could swear I saw the Modo one in there. What happened to it? Oh, it seems to be gone for now. But anyway, so yeah, you can do that. Modo actually might be an earlier version of Blender. That's what it was, yeah. I guess they don't have it anymore. But you can create your own, obviously. You can create your own colors and save and so on. So that's good to know. And there are some things that you might want to adjust, like in the interface. Here's a good one. It says here display scale. Now if you select on that, you'll see you can make the interface appear larger. Basically, it gives you bigger fonts, and everything of course scales accordingly. Alright, you can turn on and off these tooltips, right, so that when you hover over things the tooltips don't show, right, so you can change that. And then for this video I think that's going to be pretty much it, and we're going to cover some other conventions on input fields and all that next.